2 more minutes before we kick off at 8 p.m. Yes, once again to all our friends who have just joined us, a very good evening and welcome. Yeah, so tonight we have here with us Nancy and Edmund, who are the Elite Life Planners, here to share with you their journey from where they were to where they are now in Elite Academy and how they are doing despite the pandemic and despite the coronavirus. And we also have our keynote speaker, Jensen, a motivational speaker, together with me right here in Singapore. We are saying hello to you. And he will be sharing with you how you can change your runway and accelerate to your career success. 1 more minute and we will kick it off, okay? Get ready, 20 more seconds. Whoa! And hello and good evening. That's right. Now, to all our friends, to all our leaders, a very good evening and welcome to AIA Elite Academy Business Opportunity Presentation Online. Now, my name is Jensen. It's good to see you. I'm now in Singapore together with our keynote speaker tonight. His name is Jason Tan. And to all our friends, especially our Chinese friends, very, very happy New Year. 恭喜发财. Now, this is an extraordinary year. Now, extraordinary year because last year, where we had the pandemic, I mean, we still have the pandemic, but last year was not an ordinary year. And many of us went through it. We thrived, we survived, we transformed, we evolved. And today, we want to find out how we can thrive and fly even higher in the year 2021. So I want some response from our guests and our leaders who is already on the show. Now, I'll ask you one question and tell me right now, how great and good and wow do you want your 2021 to be? How good do you want your 2021 to be? If you want it to be 1 time good, put a plus sign. 2 times good, put a 2 plus sign. 3 times good, put 3 plus signs. Okay, now I'm going to give you a couple of moments. Put plus signs in the comment. Aziha said 3 pluses. June said 4 or 5 pluses. Jesse, wow. Wen Ong says many pluses there. Yes. Some people say, what? Yes, that's called prosperity in our language, okay? So as you can see, we all want a lot of good things coming into our lives, in our career, into our relationships, into our finance, into everything, especially in the year 2021. I like the word infinite plus, okay? Infinity says one thing. Amazing. That's right. So we want an infinity, we want infinite of good things coming into our lives. We want prosperity, we want good health. And very importantly, all these things are also linked to whether we are happy or not in our career, together with whether we find meaning and purpose in our career, together with whether we feel that we are fairly compensated or well remunerated in our career. It also linked to whether every day you wake up looking forward to going to work, doing something, creating meaning and purpose in other people's life or not, okay? So let me give you a snapshot of today's program. Other than chatbot, you can respond to us via the Q&A. If you have a question for our panelists tonight, you can put your question in the Q&A tab, and then we will look at it during the panel and dialogue session. Now tonight, we also have our keynote speaker, Jason Tan, who will be sharing with you how you can change your runway and accelerate to your career success. Towards the end of the webinar, what I'd like you to do is do stay with us. And once the webinar ends, please speak to the person who invited you here. He could be a current life planner from the Elite Academy. He could be a unit manager, or he or she could be a district manager. And we'd like you to speak to him or her, your host, the person who invited you here tonight, regarding all your questions. Because this person is ready and has all the resources, the answers, the skills, the techniques, the knowledge, expertise, experience to bring you to your career success. So if you are ready to have a breakthrough 2021, if you are ready to have a hot ox year, if you are ready to accelerate to your career success, can you click the raise hands button right now? Raise hands. Woo! That's right. Now I love the energy. So now it gives me great pleasure now to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening. Now his name is Jason. So he's from my team of speakers, and his name is Jason Tan. He has a very, very elaborative, exciting career journey before he turned into a speaker today. So he has been in advertising, in marketing. He worked with some of the big brands to brand themselves on the international market. He has also coached and helped many sales performers, producers, agency leaders to grow their productivity, to grow their profitability, to grow their headcount multiple times. Now, today, he's here to share with you from his experience working in the major corporations, with the major corporations, his experience in his own career journey of how he accelerated himself to get to where he is today. He will share with you the secrets, the know-how, and please help me to welcome our agency growth specialist, architect, and also our sales motivational speaker for tonight, Mr. Jason Tan. Give him a big hand. Yay!
Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm an aspiring Douyin influencer in China. You can find my Instagram here. But today is not about me. It's about your workshop with this guy, Jason Tan. He used to teach my digital marketing. So let's take a closer look at who he is, shall we?
Now there was a time.
What's up?
See, I've been a man.
Who's gonna get me another tiger?
Too small, too slow. 2 words, doesn't matter. Once you're chosen, you're in.
How you like me now? How you like me
Time to step up, stand out, or get lost in the shuffle. Tell them, 50.
50. I mean, the draft is the draft, man.
Wilson.
I love the #1 picks, but I'm an underdog. You probably like me better when I'm down, but I'm up. I'm on my A game. I'm about to go nuts. The underdog, I stay on.
Please welcome Jason Tan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my talk. And are you guys ready to maximize your career success? Now, people who are successful, they are very action-oriented. They're always willing to walk the talk, and whenever they want to do something, they will go and take massive what? Massive action. So I'm going to ask you one question. I want you guys to take action, okay? Do you want to accelerate your career success? Now, if you want, can you type me a response and type me a yes response in the chat box? Come on, everybody. If you want, you need to take massive action, because that's the difference between a winner and a person who don't win. Because the winner, the reason why they win, it's because, right, they walk the talk. Whenever they want to do something, they take action and they go ahead and achieve what they want to achieve. Thank you very much, everyone. I love the energy. Now, we need to keep the energy flowing, okay? Because throughout the next half an hour, I'm going to be asking you guys a lot of questions. And I want you guys to really pay attention to all the tips and all the insights that I have to share with you, because these tips and these insights are insights that has helped me change my runway successfully. And not only change my runway successfully, it has also helped me to win big. And I hope this experience that I have, these insights that I have, will also help you to win big in your career. Sounds good? Now, if it sounds good, let's kick off, right? I understand something. This time around, you guys in Malaysia are having your MCO 2.0. So I understand your MCO 2.0 is movement control order. Now, in Singapore, we are still having our MCO as well, but we call it our circuit breaker. And we are in phase 3. So we are not sure whether what is going to happen in the next few months, but I hope we are all going to get better and everything is going to go back to normal again. But definitely it's going to be having a new normal. Nevertheless, with the tips that I'll be sharing with you, I believe you will be able to embrace the new normal and be able to emerge and win big in whichever situation that you are in with these insights. Now, with the MCO situation or the circuit breaker in Singapore, there's something that I wanted to do a lot. I like to do a lot, but I didn't get to do a lot of it. I really miss it. I don't know how many of you are just like me. I'm a massive frequent movie goer. I really, really love to watch movies. Yeah, and I find movie really, really therapeutic, So every time whenever I'm down or I wanted to escape, I would just go and watch movie. And I enjoy watching movie. To me, it's like allowing me to rest my mind, allowing me to park everything aside and just immerse myself into the storyline. So if it's a funny movie, I'll really perch up and recharge myself. Do you all like movie as well? And every single time, whenever there's a new movie theater, I would love to go there and try out their seating, try out the big screen, go and take a look at the surround sound, go experience the sights and motion and the visual, right? And I wanted to always like to go and see all the new theater to go and enjoy my new movie. Some people say watching movies is the same at home. What? No, it's really different. Yeah, agree with me? Watching it at the cinema, it's completely a different experience. It's really therapeutic. And how many of y'all you have something similar that happened to you before? Now, right after the movie ended, then a lot of people start to stand up and they are leaving the theater, right? So can you see the aisle? And many people begin to walk down that aisle. So what do? I don't know, have you had it happen to you before? It has definitely happened to me before. So I also walk down that same aisle together with what everyone is doing, walking down the same aisle. Now we walk and we walk and we walk until towards the very end of the corner, okay, near the big screen. Then we realize, the exit door wasn't in the front near the screen. Has it ever happened to you before? And to our surprise, then we are looking for the exit. Finally, when the light turns out, then we realize the exit door wasn't right in front where it is near the screen. It is in the middle of the theater. Then you see a lot of people then scrambling, changing direction, walking to the end, and you will hear people saying that, oh, this cinema is so stupid, the design is ridiculous, they don't have common sense. How can the exit, right, be in the middle of the theater and not at the front? Because all the exits should be at the front one. Come on, why they never use common sense? And to me, that's a very interesting topic. Now, why is that so? Now, let's take a look at the word common sense. Yeah, exactly what does common sense means? Common sense, if we follow common sense will enable us to feel that this is considered the right decision, the right thing to do. Make sense? And what is common sense? What is the right thing to do? Now, common sense are developed based on our habit, based on our upbringing, based on what we've been exposed to, based on what we have been seeing, what we've been hearing all along. And because if whatever that we are seeing around us, if it is exactly the same as what we have been taught, what we heard, then we will feel that this is considered correct. This will be the common sense. And that is exactly what we have been conditioned as well when it comes to success, career success. Now, for career success, what would be the right thing to do for you to gain career success? Common sense, right? So what is the common sense about? Now, education, grade, and you will have good opportunity. That is the common sense. Every one of you, are y'all having the same formula as well as Singapore? Yeah. So what is the formula for career success? And the common sense, the right thing to do will be, number one, you must study very hard. Oh my God, very difficult for me, okay? Study very hard, get into the elite school, get a degree, get a stable job, wait for promotion, work really hard, wait to be promoted. Once you're promoted, and then you are you are off really to a financial freedom, financial achievement, and then repeat these rules to your children, correct or not? Because these are the right common sense. This is what we have been taught. And I believe in this formula a lot in my younger days, okay? Because I was born from in a very poor family, okay? And I really wanted to be out of poverty. I don't want to be living from day to day, paycheck to paycheck, and worry about I'm not able to pay my bills, I'm not able to foot the rental and things like that. I don't want that kind of life. It's really stressful. I want to be able to get it out. I want to be able to get out. And based on what I've learned, based on what I've seen, based on what all the advisors that the people who are older than me have been giving me, they told me you need to study very hard, get a good job, get a good grade, and your life will change. So I follow everything like a Bible, okay? And I asked my teacher, I say, hey, I really want to get out of poverty. Yes, I understand I need to study hard, but can you tell me what to study? What is it that I can do so that I can make a lot of money? And my teacher told me, Jason, what you can do is to be in accounting. Because if you are an accountant, you can make $10,000 a month. I'm like, $10,000 a month? Okay, that sounds really good. So there you go. I found my career direction. I found what I want to do, and I follow that formula diligently. I followed the formula really wholeheartedly. And I went to study in accountancy, and I even went to one of the elite school in Singapore to get my accounting certification. Okay, and I'm on my way to get my degree as well for accounting. Yeah. So in Singapore, we call it the ACCA. And my result really quite good. So am I getting my 10,000 already? Yeah. So after I graduate, after I got my cert, so in Singapore, for guys, we need to serve army. So right after army, I'm about to continue and go for a higher degree so that I can graduate with a ACCA and go to be a CPA, a certified true accountant. Yeah, some of you, any one of you, you are also looking to or exploring or in a career in accounting. Anyone? Any one of you? Let me check out the chat box. Anyone? No one, huh? So good. Your career is bright. Very good. Okay, jokes aside. Now, I'm not saying accounting is no good, but then for me, I feel that hang on. Is the camera there?
Yes, we are seeing you. We are viewing you.
Seeing me? Okay, never mind.
Yes.
I cannot. My camera disappeared. Okay, never mind.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so in my accounting career, the irony is this. So many friends think that this is exactly what I'm doing because they feel that in accounting, you will be counting a lot of money. So you'll be very rich. You'll be dealing with money a lot of time. And the society think that we are always making a lot of money in this career. Yeah, but the reality is this: when I step up and do when I step in and do my accounting career, start my accounting career, this is actually exactly what I'm doing. I have no life. It's completely desk bound. I have no freedom. I do not enjoy my career at all. When it comes to money, it's pathetic, Okay. So some people say, no, you have to be patient. I understand you have to be patient, but how patient one needs to be in order to make the big break of $10,000 a month, right? So, for the first few months, or in fact, the first 2 years, right, when I was in my accounting career, okay, the kind of journey that I'm going through tells me a lot about what I really want in my career. Now, how do I find out what I really want in my career? I have to say that thanks to my accounting career or accounting experience, I managed to understand what I don't want in my career because this is something that I didn't know. This is something that I didn't think about. Okay, didn't think about before I pursue my career and when I was embarking on my education because I don't know exactly what I want to do. I thought accounting is going to be the way to go. Now, every day, I really, really dread going to work. Okay, it is a 9 to 6 job. So I have to wake up at, set my alarm, wake up every day at 7:30. So at 7:30 a.m. exactly, my alarm will ring. Now, last time, do I have handphone? I mean, I have phone, but it's not like a smartphone. So my alarm clock would ring, and then I will press one time, right? Okay. Then 5 minutes later, my next alarm clock will ring. I don't know why. I will just let it ring, 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 ring until 7:47. Yeah, I just want to sleep the extra 2 minutes. I also want. Okay, how many of y'all are also like me? Okay, you will just want to sleep extra 1 minute, also happy. Correct? Okay. Yeah, so I'm like that. Yeah, I'm really like that. So every single day, I always do that, and it's like kind of a routine, you know. So thank you. So I realize I'm not alone. Okay, I'll let it snooze. And I'll just sleep extra 1 minute. Also happy. Yeah, and by 7:47, I have to wake up because it will take me at least right about 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Now I understand for ladies, you probably take longer time, right? Because hey, guy, you're so fast. So maybe I'm lucky I'm a guy and I can wash up, change, all done within 15 minutes. And once I'm done, I have to quickly rush to the bus stop because right, if I prepare myself and I take longer than 15 minutes, I'm probably going to miss the bus. Now, if I miss the bus, I'm going to miss the train. If I miss the train, I'm going to be late. So I calculated everything with precision. Yeah, like Audi. Okay, so I have to take the bus. And the moment I get up to the bus, I have to wait for the train. I have to squeeze in. And you need technique, you know, because in Singapore, the MRT is really crowded. So you need techniques, right, in order to know where to stand, where's the door, how you're going to squeeze in successfully, things like that. And this has been my daily routine. And I remember there's one particular day, okay, and you can tell me whether is this ridiculous, all right? So every single time we have to be in the office before 9 a.m. or exactly 9 a.m. to punch our card. So if we are late, then there will be penalty. I didn't know about the penalty because I thought, you know, what's the big deal, right? Unless you're very, very late. So there was once, right? I arrived quite early, you know. I won't say very early. I was there at 8:58. So I wasn't late, right? But there were two colleagues standing in front of me going to tap their card. But because one of the guy, he couldn't find his access card. So because he couldn't find his access card, he's unable to tap. And he didn't give way for other people to tap in first. So he was like standing at the door, like hogging the door, right? Okay, looking for his card. And I'm just right behind him. So it took him a while to finally find his card, and then he tapped. Now, by the time he tapped his card, when it was my turn, I tapped in at 9:01. So I'm 1 minute late. But I thought no big deal, right? Because I'm already here at 8:58. So to me, I'm not late. And when I went in, then I realized it's a big deal. So my supervisor came and then looked at me and she said, "Hey, Jason, today you are late, right?" So I said, "No, I wasn't late. I came at 8:58. If you have CCTV, you can take a look, you know. I came at 8:58. So she said, "No, according to our record, you are late 1 minute, and that's not acceptable. So you have to watch your punctuality, Jason, because in accounting, everything is very important. And punctuality is also very important. So you are late, and there will be a penalty." So I asked, "Okay, then, so what do you want me to do?" Say, "Oh, you can just knock off later today." Okay, fine. So I say, "I'll just knock off at 6:01 then." You know, say, "No, cannot. I have to knock out at 6:30. 6:30. I'm late for 1 minute. I need to pay back 30 minutes. Wow, that is worse than loan shark, you know." Okay, this is a true story. Right? Now, can you tell me, is this ridiculous? Yes, no? I don't understand. No. So really accounting, they really know how to calculate, no, to the core, man. And this is something that I really cannot accept. But of course, not every company is like that. I just didn't understand, right, that when I'm an employee, I realized how much say I don't have. You understand? Okay, I don't have a lot of rights. Basically, whatever they want, I have to do it because I'm under their mercy. I need the paycheck. And this is just one of the incidents that got me to change my runway. Now, let me share with you the second story. Okay, because the office, it's very cold. And I am someone who loves to drink a lot of water. Okay, so I like to drink a lot of water. And because I drink a lot of water, so what will happen? When the weather is cold, you like to drink a lot of water, it's natural that you always want to go where? Go to the toilet, right? So I went to the toilet, and to my surprise, this supervisor again, okay, she said, "Jason, how's your bladder? Is it okay? How's your kidney? Is it working well? You're a young guy, you know. I'm like, why? She said, do you know today you went to the toilet 8 times already? She really good at counting, man. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't even know that I went to the toilet for the 8th time. Yeah. And I was in shock. Okay. But basically, and let me share with you what the main shocking thing, the main thing that got me to really want to change my runway. Okay, because I really don't like this kind of lifestyle. I don't like the routine. I don't like the hierarchy. I don't like the lack of flexibility. And this is the thing that I really, really don't like. Okay. Now, the supervisor, she's my supervisor because I'm really very, very young, man. I'm very, very junior. Now, her title is Senior Account Clerk. Accounts clerk is the lowest, you know, and she's Senior Account Clerk. Basically, it's the lowest level of account, and she's there for 8 years. That's why she got promoted to a senior, but still clerk. You understand what I'm saying, right? So that I was curious. You've been working for 8 years, and you're still a clerk. So then I asked around the colleagues, right? So the colleagues, and they were working for like 8 years, 10 years, they were still there, and they are still in the accounting position. They are not even anywhere near 10,000. So then I thought this is the company problem. I changed company. I went to another company to work in accounting as well. And after that, I also spoke to some other practitioner. And you guys who are also in accounting, you can tell me whether I'm joking or not. I'm not, right? To make 10,000 a month, it's not everyone who will be able to achieve that. And most of the people won't get it. In order to get there, you will need at least 7 to 10 years to 12 years before you can be even qualified to get to that level where you can command a $10,000 paycheck per month. So to me, oh, this is too rigid. I am not going to wait for 10 years or 7 years, right, for my $10,000 paycheck per month. So I decided that I need to change. I really need to change. Okay. Now, this is ridiculous. I don't understand. If all we want is to make a living, if you are having this kind of a lifestyle, are you making a living or are you making a dying? Yeah. So I start to question myself. Is this really what I want? I decided I don't want that. Okay. Now, does this sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen? It may not be in accounting. It could be in any other job. It could be in any other kind of a work-life scenario. A lot of people are always getting up 9 to 6, don't like their life, don't like their boss, don't like their job, but they are still looking forward, work hard because they are looking for a promotion. One day they will get rich or they will get a big fat paycheck, you know. And I realized this is majority of the belief, you know. So do you all believe in the 80-20 rule? That means, right, 80% of the people are rich or 20% of the people are rich. 20%, right? Okay, I think we all can agree on that point. Okay, 20% of the people are rich, where 80% of people are not so rich, like I would say. Now, the 80% of the people, they are all following this formula. Study hard, get into an elite school, get a degree, get a stable job, upgrade, repeat the rules to your children, right? And I've also done the same thing. But I realized that, hey, by doing that, it is not getting me anywhere. Correct or not? So I went to do a calculation because in Singapore, I feel that the median income and Malaysia is different. So I went to do a research yesterday and I found that the average income for a Malaysian, it's 7,901 ringgit. Yeah, 7,901 ringgit. So if let's say you are going to embark on this journey, you should be able to get the average income of at least 7,901 ringgit. So this is the average. Now, a lot of you, are you getting the average income? Are you getting the average income? In Singapore, the average income is about 4,000 plus, right? No one is getting the average income. No. Majority of the people that I know, they are getting less than that. So I'm not sure about the situation in Malaysia. Is it the same? Yeah. Because based on the 80-20 rule, this is the average income. But I realized that most people are getting below average. Below average. Now, why? Because the average income is calculated taking the highest income and the lowest income, divide, right? Then you get the average. So not many people are having average income. Majority will be either here or either here. So if majority of you are embarking on this belief, this common sense to achieve career success. Most of the time, and it is common that you'll be getting below average income. So common sense only can get you common result. Make sense so far? Is it making sense so far? Yeah. So there are a few key beliefs that is holding a lot of people back to become super rich. Now, if you have this belief, that's the reason why you are getting below income. So number one is a lot of people believe that working hard, even at a job that you hate, you will be rich. You can still be rich. Actually, it's not true. No, it's very, very difficult. It's really very, very difficult. Now, number two, you need to have excellent grades in order to be rich. That means you must study very, very well in school to be rich. And that's not true as well. And the third one is the average person believes that rich is a privilege awarded to only the lucky people. That means, right, if I want to be rich, I will work very hard, and I work very hard, and I work very hard, and I hope that my boss one day will see the value in me, appreciate me, and promote me, and then ta-da! No, probably not. Okay, so because of these three beliefs, is this the right belief or the wrong belief to adopt? It is not the right belief. But here's the problem. A lot of people beginning to realize that this is not the right belief. But most people rather do nothing and be wrong than to do something and got it wrong. Why? Now you already know. If let's say you're going to embark whatever that you're doing right now, you can see my mouse movement, right? You probably will be will have the same life as the 80%, and you probably will be getting below average income, right? Then why you don't do something about it? They are worried that if they do something about it and fail, they won't even get there. They will get even worse than the 80%. Now, you probably won't get worse than the 80%, you know. How worse can it get, really? Okay. And you see, you have to understand one thing. Say no, you are here now. Let's just say, yeah, if you are here now, saying no to changing your runway, you're actually saying yes to and accepting that your life, probably a big part of your life, will be below average. Yeah, this is something I'm not kidding you. That's what majority of the people in the world are experiencing as well. All right. So you don't have to fear. In fact, there are some tips and some insights that I can share with you that will give you a higher chance that you will succeed. So what will be the chance that you will succeed? I want you guys to take your pen and paper ready and write these few tips down. Very, very important. And based on these few tips, it has helped me to win big when I change my runway. All right. So number one, listen only to the right voice. That's very, very important. Okay. So what do we mean by that? Now, when you want to change your runway, there will always be a lot of naysayers saying bad things, saying things that you don't like to hear. I still remember when I want to change from accounting to marketing, right? Now, before that, I wanted to do accounting. So during Chinese New Year, I believe I'm not the only one. You will meet your relative, and your relative will ask me like, so what is your plan? What do you want to do? And I say, I want to be in accounting. I remember my uncle telling me, accounting is for girls, you know. You are a man. Be a man. Study engineering. Why you want to do accounting? Accounting useless for you. You will not do well in accounting. So I didn't listen. I went ahead and do accounting. And then when I was doing accounting, every single year when I was still in accounting, my uncle and my relative will still tell me, see, every year, right, you think you're very special, always be different. I always like to be different. In the end, you will always fail and you will always turn out to be something else that not what you want. You should listen to our advice. We are older than you. We will take engineering. So in the end, 5 years later, I graduated and then I went army, 7 years. Then after I come out, work for 2 years, I decided I want to change. So then during Chinese New Year, I meet my uncle again, right? Or my relative. Then they ask you, so how's your job? I say, oh, I decided I want to change. Then what would they say? Wow, this is what I don't like, man. See, I told you so. I really hate this one, you know. They see, I told you so. I told you that you will not do it. You will not make it in accounting. Now you want to change, right? You mean you study 5 years in accounting, then now you want to change. You really know how to waste your mother money, you know. Your mother already not rich and you still want to do this. Oh, I tell you, all this negativity, you have to ignore them. Really, you have to ignore them. Okay? And only listen to the people who have made it. That's why, right, I will urge you guys, whenever you want to seek advice, especially career success, seek advice and listen to the people who brought you here today, because they are the people who are already there. And you, whenever you want to look for advice, you do not look for advice from people who did not make it. Because if people who are losers and you're taking advice from them, you will definitely be the next loser, guaranteed. Yeah, so you must listen to the right voice, not the wrong one. Number two is this. Many a times, right, when we progress, when we want to change our runway, we will always feel that when we change, good things must start to happen. We must start to make more money. We must start to feel better and things like that. And sometimes it's not always necessarily the case. And we feel that it is wrong. Now, when you change your runway, you may need to struggle a little bit first. So what do we mean by that? Now, for example, we shouldn't use our money as an indicator for our progress. Because, right, many a times, let me show you this one. Many a times, right, moving backwards doesn't mean you are wrong. Now, what do we mean by that? You see, in school, we have been conditioned. How many of you can relate to this? When teacher is teaching something, you will ask, right, this one coming out for exam? No, then we don't study. So if you don't study, then how are you going to master a topic? Now, we will only do things when we can see result. And when we see result, it is the indicator to help us understand whether are we progressing in the right direction. But you see, when we are taking a path. So for me, for example, in accounting, right, I've been making $15 per hour. So when I change my direction, when I want to change my direction, and see, I initially, do you think I start off my accounting career at $15 per hour? I didn't, I start off with 8 per hour, then slowly go up to 10 per hour, then 15 per hour. Now, when I want to change the runway, I may need to get a lower pay, right? So when I get a lower pay, I was like, if I have changed my runway, changed for the better, I should be getting more pay, right? Correct? I should be getting more income. How come I'm worse off than my accounting days? So you may doubt that your decision is wrong. Actually, no, this is very important. Never use the wrong measurement to measure your success. See, when I'm in this runway, I need to reverse, right? I need to reverse so that I can go to the new runway. And when I reverse, I may be experiencing lesser income. But it's okay because I know at least, right, I am changing the runway to the right path where I'll be able to see a bigger opportunity for myself. So imagine if I refuse to change, I will never be able to experience my highest paid consulting job was about $10,250 per hour in consulting. So if let's say I never reverse and never take a lesser pay, would I be able to ever experience this $10,250 per hour job? I will not. So therefore, when you are changing your runway, you cannot feel that you are moving backwards and therefore it's wrong. Sometimes you need to move backwards in order for you to move forward to a new horizon and new potential. Now, the last one is very, very important. How are you going to win in this new runway? Let me share with you. There was once, right, I was really very busy when I was in my 20s, right? Okay, I was really very, very busy. Suddenly, one of my friends called. His name is Arun. And he told me to meet his friend called Paul. And I said, like, why do you want me to meet your friend? He said, just meet because he's from Australia. He's coming to Singapore. And he thought that he could be able to seek your advice. He want to meet you for coffee. Seriously, at that moment, I thought it was MLM, Okay, I really thought it was MLM. And I was hesitant. I don't really want to meet. Plus, I'm really very busy. But nevertheless, I don't know how to reject my friend. I say, okay, I can meet your friend. So when Paul called me, he didn't call, he texted me. And he said, want to meet up? I said, sure. But I kept the date open because I just thought that maybe I can brush it off and don't need to meet him. And to my surprise, he was at my office really when he texted me. He said he was at my office. He's going to wait for me to finish, to knock off. So I'm like, whoa. Then I said, I'm not going to be done in at least 2 hours, He said, it's okay. He will just sit somewhere and wait for me. So because of that, I feel bad, right? I don't want to make him wait. So therefore, I quickly finished whatever I want to do and then I went down. So when I finally went down to meet him, then I realized, oh, he's not for MIM. He's here. He's going to open a charitable organization in Singapore. And he wanted to seek my advice on how he's going to brand the company, how is he going to do the marketing for the company, what kind of activity, how are you going to do the charity work. So I am really genuine to share my views for 3 hours. I sat down with him. And after the 3 hours, then Paul asked me, this guy, say, so Jason, what have you been busy with? So I said, oh, I've really been busy. Because I have a project and I need to meet famous people like Jackie Chan, like Donald Trump, Steven Spielberg, Tony Fernandez, Richard Branson, meet people like them. So he told me, oh, I can connect you with Richard if you want. Richard Branson and Tony, you guys definitely know Tony Fernandez, right? So this Paul straight away took out his mobile phone and called Richard Branson. Okay, after he called Richard Branson, and then he passed the phone to me and said, "Hey, I have a friend, Jason, want to speak to you now." I'm like, "Oh my god, not this way!" I'm supposed to do an interview with them, and I haven't prepared an interview question because I haven't even get to reach out to them. Now, see, what happened is this. This incident taught me one thing, because I'm someone who is an introvert. I don't have a wide network, but I was able to achieve what I want after I gave him what he wants. And I found the formula for success. The third tip is, whatever that you do in your new runway, you must always give first. Don't sell. For example, in the incident of insurance selling, right? Okay, don't sell. You target to help. If your friends, they are having problems saving money, you will share with them how other people are able to save money, share with them tips where they can have other options to reduce their expenses. If they are having problem with their kids, help them find a tuition teacher, correct? So that they can park this problem aside and focus on other parts of their matters of their life. If they have a relationship problem, lend your listening ear to them. If they are having problem with their diet and they have no motivation to go to the gym, volunteer to be their diet buddy and maybe gym partner, right? Okay. So that you can give them your moral support and support them to achieve their goal. When you offer them a helping hand, because if you're offering them a helping hand without any motive, you will be able to build a very strong network. So a network is your net worth. In your network, it's not about the number of people that you know. It's about the number of people that you can help. The more people you can help, the richer you will get. So if you can remember this formula, you will be able to find that whatever runway that you will be switching to, you will be able to see success easier and win really, really big. Now, the last bonus will be, please do not give up. Really, please do not give up. So let me just ask you one question. If let's say, right, your kid is learning how to walk, how much time would you give your kid to learn how to walk? Is it like, okay, I'm going to give you just 3 months. If by 3 months you haven't learned how to walk, then you don't need to walk for the rest of the month. I will just give up. No, right? You will let him learn and learn and learn until the kid master walking. So if you maintain this belief, you do not give up, I'm very sure you will definitely succeed in the new runway. So let me end with my last story. You know soft drinks, right? In soft drink, at the supermarket, soft drink is worth 50 cents. At the cafe, soft drink is worth $4.50. At the bar, soft drink is worth $8.50. Now, if you think that we are all like the soft drink, if you think that your remuneration, your worth is incorrect, change your runway and you can accelerate your career success. So I managed to change mine using all these tips and managed to win big and taste victory. And I hope you will be able to win yours as well in 2021. Feel free to follow me and let me know how your tips is working for you. I'll look forward to see you at the top. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, and that was Jason Tan sharing with you on how you can accelerate to career success by changing your runway. Thanks, Jason. Once again, I give you another round of applause. You will join us back later towards the end of the webinar. Thank you, Jason. And I like one thing that he said, and that is give first. So it's about helping the people, and your network is your net worth, and it's about the number of people you help and impact. In fact, in this career of being a life planner, your reach, your purpose and meaning, your work touches a lot more lives than you actually imagine to be. Now, tonight we have invited 2 elite life planners. One of her name is Nancy. Then we also have another guy. His name is Admer. Now, I'm going to share with you their background before we bring them onto the screen. Okay, I'll share with you their background before we bring them onto the screen. Now, let's take a look right here. Actually, tonight's topic on change your runway, both of them changed their runway. Why? Because we have Nancy. Nancy spent 11 years on the runway and in the air. She spent 11 years as a flight attendant. And then in 2020, in the thick of COVID-19 action in April 2020, she got quoted as Elite Pro. So she joined the business, she joined the industry. And since then, in less than a year, she qualified for Rising Star Convention. She qualified for Star Convention, and she also qualified for the International $1 Million Roundtable Achievement. Okay, so we'll bring Nancy onto the screen in a short moment. Next, we have Edmund. Now, Edmund is currently still flying in the air, but he's also an elite life planner with AIA. So you can see from the screen, in 2019, he was coded. He joined the business. In 2020, he has qualified for Jeju Convention, the top new life planner. That's his qualification or achievement. Also qualified for Summit Convention and the internationally recognized $1 Million Roundtable. So my friends, now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to watch the screen right now because I'm going to bring these two individuals onto the screen. Edmund and Nancy, you can turn on your cameras because this is the time we will showcase you. This is the man and this is the lady who has spent years on the runway. Now, shall we give them a big hand? Yay! Okay, Edmund, say hi to our friends.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Yes, that is Edmund. And Nancy, say hi.
Hi, everybody. Happy Chinese New Year.
Yes, indeed. Happy Chinese New Year. And imagine within the first 15 days of Chinese New Year, we are having a chat right here and talking about career success. So we have two elites over here, Nancy and Edmund, who is sharing with you their journey. Now, earlier I heard from Jason. Now we're hearing from our two elite life planners. Let's have Nancy first. Ladies first, as they always say. Nancy, would you like to share with us your background and how did you join AIA as an elite life planner?
Hi, I graduated in University Tunku Abdul Rahman and holding a bachelor degree in business administration. And after that, I joined Public Bank as a sales and marketing in housing loan for 2 years. And then I joined Cathay Pacific as a flight attendant for 11 years. And I live in Hong Kong.
Wow. Okay. 11 years in Hong Kong. Yeah. So and how did you come to AIA Elite Academy?
Actually, after 11 years of flying, I'm planning to settle down and come back to Malaysia. Because my parents are getting older, I would like to spend more time with them. And so happened that I catch up with my friend. He's the district manager and in AIA for almost 20 years.
Wow.
And he shared with me about this Elite Academy, and I can earn a similar income in Hong Kong. So during that time, I have nothing to do. By all means, I give a try.
Okay, so sometimes it's about a person you meet in a certain phase of your life that will lead you to the next breakthrough. And in this case, it was a friend who is also a district manager in AIA. Now, Edmund, over to you. Edmund speaks with a particular accent. You will know that he didn't grow up here. Edmund, tell us about your background and how did you end up here?
Okay, thank you, Jensen. So I'm from the UK, born and bred in the UK. I'm a private jet pilot since 2016. So it was only in 2019 when I decided to come back to Malaysia, and I just really jumped out of my comfort zone, and just trying to bring my success from the UK over to Malaysia. So that was the key. My success, the way I really wanted to achieve at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, and but then when you come back when you came to Malaysia, there were other opportunities, right? There could be other things that you could do. So why AIA Elite Academy?
Okay, good question. Because actually, one of my good friends, Chang Jun Han, which is my UM now, he's a super great leader. Credits to him. Yeah. So actually, he told me about this elite program, about the Elite 3 at the time, and you can earn this income of 9,000 if you hit your target. So, and I was like, 9,000 in Malaysia speaking, that's actually quite a high income. So considering the average income over in Malaysia is about 7K. So I thought, okay, do you know what? Just give it a try. Just try and go from there.
Yeah, and that is above the average income in Malaysia. Okay,
that's it.
So you were above the average line. The moment you start as an elite life planner for Edmund's case, you're already above the average income level. Now, so we're speaking to Nancy and Edmund. Both of them they were not from this industry. I don't know if they ever thought of joining insurance. We'll find in a moment, but they are now currently here and they have transited their career. So if you have a question for them, you can put it in the Q&A and we will be attending to the Q&A question in just a short moment. Now, coming from where they were, one from UK and one spent 11 years in Hong Kong, I'm sure they didn't have it easy when a career first started. Let's stay with Edmund. Edmund, tell us, coming from UK, what were the challenges that you faced when you first started in this career in Malaysia?
So for starters, actually the culture shock. Like UK, the culture is so more relaxed, so paced. Okay, Malaysia is a completely different environment. Okay, so this was my biggest challenge. When I came to Malaysia, when I joined as an insurance agent, I think the biggest challenge was having zero market in Malaysia, like not knowing who am I going to approach, how I'm going to achieve my targets. So this was my mental state where I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You know, so I think that was the biggest challenge for me.
Okay, yeah. Because you had no natural market, you had no friends, no people that you grew up with over here. So that was a challenge. Yeah, definitely. What did you do then? What did you do to overcome that?
I think for starting my mentality, change my mental abilities. So nothing is impossible for me. I'm always loving to challenge myself. I took that first step to come to Malaysia. I'm going to just carry on bringing that success all the way. To maintain my routine every day is when I wake up every morning, I'm very disciplined. So I need to achieve at least 3 appointments each day. This was my target at the moment, okay? In order to reach this, I need to stay disciplined, okay? Stay motivated and ask myself, why am I in this industry? To help people. This was my ambition.
Certainly. So there is a discipline, and you said that the Malaysia culture is faster than UK, but I think you're suitable for the Malaysia culture, Yeah. You're suitable because you are accustomed to a fast pace of life, and therefore you fly in the sky and you travel at the jet speed. Okay, so we have Edmund sharing with us how you overcome the challenges, and it's all about his mindset here. So to all our friends on the show, if you're thinking that you might not have many friends or many relatives or many people within your circle, now consider this: Edmund had close to 0 when he first came to Malaysia. Nancy, what about you? 11 years as a flight stewardess. When you came over here, how did you start off as an elite life planner and achieve MDRT in the first year?
Actually same as Edmund. Like at first, the challenge that I faced, which is the prospecting. I don't know where to find people to sell the insurance, Then, because for 11 years in Hong Kong, I don't really have many friends back in Malaysia. So how do I overcome it? Because when I joined this Elite Academy, they do have the project called Project 200. Which I need to write out 200 people's name, and surprisingly, I'm able to write out 200 names, my friends and family, they will introduce some of their friends to me. At the end, I'm able to come up with 200 names, then which helps me a lot.
Wow, consider this, and then see, you said first you don't have many friends, but then when you had to complete Project 200, you were able to come up with 200 names. So to our friends who is on the show currently and thinking of joining AIA Elite Academy, I'm sure you have more friends than Edmund and Nancy. You probably can complete the Project 200 or even 300-400 more easily. So Nancy, you were able to do that. Now, any other things that you did that helped you to get more prospects in?
I think nowadays a lot of people are very active in social media. So I think you can post more active things in the social media and promote all these to promote the life and the things that you want and share a lot about insurance in the social media.
Okay, so it's no longer like the past. Last time, the insurance agent knock on the door, stand on the street. Today, we cannot easily knock on the door or stand on the street because of MCO, because of COVID. But nonetheless, there is the online space that helps you to continue to reach out and attract people to come to you as leads, okay? And we have a comment just from one of our attendees. His name is Afat Raza. This is a great session. Thank you, sir. So let's move on to the next question, Nancy. How has your life changed after joining AIA as an elite life planner? And the last time you were in the skies, now how has your life changed?
I have learned a lot in this industry, and I apply what I have learned in real life. um, I'm helping a lot of people to plan for their life, like their medical, kids education, saving investment or retirement, etc. So my life become more meaningful in this industry compared to last time.
I think that's an important thing. Nowadays, we all want to not only live a life of meaning and purpose, but we want to be in a job that delivers meaning and purpose, has meaning and purpose. So you heard from Nancy, she says that this being in this line, she also can practice what she learned, and she helps her clients do life planning, and not only financial, but life planning in all areas. Okay, we have a question there, but we'll come to the question in a short moment. And by the way, Nancy is now in JB, and we have Edmund in KL. Edmund, so how has your life changed? You're still flying, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're still flying a private jet.
Yeah. It's not as actually recently because of pandemic. My flight hours is a lot less now, so I'm not operating in the sky as much as I'm doing as an insurance planner. But yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so tell us, how has your life changed after joining AIA as Elite Life Planner?
Okay, sure. So I think for starters, I'm speaking on my own side. I felt that my income actually since I joined this program has been a lot more solid, okay, and consistent in a very short period of time. I was quite amazed how in a short period of time I can get my income from my XX amount, So and my working hours is a lot more flexible.
Wow.
I mean, the most important was actually able to talk to my parents via video call and FaceTime whilst they're in the UK, and then the hours are like the time zone is different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so you are able to get more financial remuneration. You work more flexible and shorter hours compared to what you did in the past. And you are now still able to communicate in a different time zone with your family. And also, there's one thing, I'm sure you love flying. This career continues to allow you to, pursue your interests. Yeah, that is I think one of your interests is that. Now, in case you're thinking, how can Edmund be flying and also doing this career, please speak to the person who invited you here tonight. Later, after the webinar, ask him or her how you can fly in your career just like Edmund, who is also flying in the sky. Now, so we are speaking to Edmund and Nancy, and we are looking at some of the questions in the chat board. Now, there are some questions. We'll come to that in a short moment. The next question I have for Edmund and Nancy is, especially for Edmund, when you joined in 2019, what happened was you had a few months of normal life planners live. Then before COVID-19 came, and then by April, the MCO and everything came out, March, I think. Now for Nancy, it was even more amazing. You joined during MCO. Okay, you joined during the MCO. That was April 2020. So let's ask Edmund first. Edmund, so how did you adapt to the pandemic that suddenly came up when you joined a career? And last year was the pandemic, but last year you did your $1 Million Roundtable that puts you at the top few percent of financial advisors in the world. How did you do that?
So when I joined this industry, yes, I was fortunate for it was the new normal at the time. Before when MCO came, everything's changed, okay? So my goal when I came to this industry was not just for myself, was to actually be able to educate the people in need, to make sure how important protection is in Malaysia. Really, that was my key goal. This was nothing more. I didn't want to achieve anything else. This was my main goal. So to be able to educate the people that how important it was, and especially now that COVID-19 was the cases and how severe the cases are going up. And just trying to get that information across to my potential clients.
That was just a simple sole purpose to educate more people about the importance of protection and financial planning or life planning. And with that sole purpose, you were driven to do whatever you had to do. I thought, when we cannot meet people face to face, how did you meet them then?
Actually, good thing is AIA has introduced this new non-face-to-face where you don't have to physically meet the clients. You can do everything all digitally. You meet them via Zoom call. Okay, you can meet them just WhatsApp call and everything. You can actually just submit the cases for them. It's convenient for us and convenient for the clients, most importantly.
Okay.
So having
So you can continue to do your work despite MCO whatsoever. You can continue to meet clients, meet prospects, close cases. They do remote signature, and the cases get incepted. Still, so there's a great support from AIA. Nancy, what about you? You had the courage to jump into this career during an MCO. Okay, how did you run your career?
Actually, I love exercise, and I'm a part-time personal trainer. And so and I'm so happy to find out that AIA has the Vitality program, then which I can combine my interest and the Vitality program together, because the Vitality encourage people to exercise and stay healthy and get the reward. So I combine both together and try to promote the healthier, longer, and better life.
Okay, so on your social media platforms, you combine your passion for fitness together with AIA Vitality Program, and you share on the social media that would have garnered you some interest, some knowledge, connections, PMs or direct message, and that could generate new interest in financial planning or in the insurance policy for you. So despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we have 2 life planners here, elite life planners, and they are MDRT qualifiers. They have continued to thrive within this parameter because AIA has the platform of non-face-to-face selling and the remote signature that allows them to close the client even though the client is not meeting them face-to-face. Okay, so now one question. Did the remote signature or the non-face-to-face allow you to meet more people? Yeah,
yes, definitely.
Yeah, without doubt.
Right?
Yeah,
Without a doubt. Because in the past, I've been to Malaysia many times, did a lot of sessions with AIA Malaysia, and the life planners and the UMs and DMs tell me that they will need to take an aircraft from Ipoh, fly to Penang, or Penang fly to Langkawi, or KL fly to Penang, meet their clients and stuff like that. But now don't need already. Why? You only need to fly from your chair to the kitchen, to the living room, fly back to your chair, and it's all about meeting on the virtual scene. So the virtual platform. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Both of you are from the airline industry. How any stories of your friends were affected by COVID? Let's start with Nancy. Nancy, anyone of your friends affected by COVID?
Yeah, actually, Cathay Pacific retrenched around 6,000 employees, including the cabin crew and the pilot. And most of my friends are losing their job. But some of them, they are lucky to stay. But you know that living expenses in Hong Kong is very expensive.
Yeah.
So even they are lucky to stay, also very hard for them to survive.
Yeah. So Nancy, in a way, it was a very wise step that you did to make the career switch.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't want to say you would have been part of the 6,000, but it would have been a very, very difficult situation, especially if you had not planned for it like some of your friends. Yeah. Emma, what about you? From the pilot scene, were your friends affected by the coronavirus and the pandemic?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, same story as Nancy. A lot of my friends from UK, US, Canada, and even Hong Kong, they lost their jobs for pilot, for cabin crew, and then to hit my close friends, especially in Hong Kong. So to see them go through that stages is I mean, I feel them because especially the aviation industry. I mean, that was the industry that really got impacted a lot during this COVID-19. So I have no words for them. It's very sad for me to see them.
Yeah, certainly.
Go through this. Yeah.
Very unfortunate, very sad. And we all have friends around us who have been affected in their jobs and even livelihood because of the pandemic. So in a way, Edmund, you as well, you made the switch before the pandemic hit. And it was a decision that you made. It was planned. You wanted to do something else. And coincidentally, you also made the decision right before COVID. So right here, we're speaking with Edmund, with Nancy. If you have a question, please put it in the Q&A chat board. We have one question here. One question. I think this question, both of you can answer, especially Nancy from sharing earlier. Now, so one question from Wen Hui. So this attendee are seeing the remote non-face-to-face opportunities are given. Are you able to sell to your friends overseas? Yeah. So your Malaysian friends overseas who are not able to return to Malaysia, I would say that. Nancy, you want to comment to that?
Actually, I did a Zoom call with them and telling them I'm switching my career. And some of them, they are very helpful. They introduce their friends back in Malaysia, their family or relative to me. And so I'm able to open more market. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So in a way, Nancy's angle is speak to the friends overseas, and the overseas friend recommend the Malaysian friends to her. So that is one of the ways. Edmund, this is a question, an interesting question. You know, someone asking why didn't you stay in UK since the currency there is supposedly more positive, supposedly. You want to just share a thought on that?
Yeah. I get asked this a lot. I mean, even my family is over in the UK and Sanagan as well. They ask me, why did you even come to Malaysia? I mean, the two reasons is because I like to jump out of my comfort zone. I wanted to challenge myself that whatever I can succeed in the UK, whether that's income or my achievements, I could do the same in Malaysia, regardless. This is my mentality. Okay, and then the second was I really wanted to be closer to my grandparents in Zanagan. So yeah, I mean, they're aging very rapidly now. I mean, the years going so fast. So yeah, that was the main issue or reason why I wanted to come back.
So both of you have something similar. You came to Malaysia or came back to Malaysia because of family members, aging parents, aging grandparents, and you want to be closer to them, be around them. But yet you do not allow this particular situation or decision to put you at a disadvantage in your career. Returning from UK, where supposing things are nicer, but not now because of coronavirus. Okay. And in Hong Kong, where you lived for 11 years and NC, when you came over here, you needed a platform. You needed a platform, an opportunity that allowed you or that allows you to develop to your fullest potential. And you came back with a mindset to create things rather than just subject yourself to the circumstances. So for that, I give you an applause, okay? For that, I give you an applause. Now, we're on the show today with us. We have a few hundreds of you, okay? And a few hundreds of our guests here, they could belong to two categories, okay? One where they could be undergraduates or graduating students and possibly going to graduate in one of the worst times to graduate in the history of our nation's history. That means the job market is weak and not so good at this moment. Or some of our friends here could be career transitors. They are currently in a job that is severely affected by the coronavirus, or they are displaced already from their job because of the coronavirus. And they're all thinking, Aia Aid Academy sounds very good, very supportive, all the good technology, good digital support, the good training, and the good mentors. Now, what kind of advice or what kind of words of encouragement would you tell our friends here who are on the webinar with us when they are thinking of joining Aia Elite Academy? Nancy first.
If you have a second doubt about your current job, maybe you should make the first move. Because in the airline industry for 11 years, I never think that I can sell insurance. But then I do it for the people that I love and try to help people around me to plan for a better life. So the success is just a matter of time.
Yeah, success is just a matter of time. So do it for the people that you love, do it for the people around you. And when you have the right heart, the right intention to help others, it will just spread across the people around you and the community. They always say when you do the right thing, all the right forces will help you to make it even better. Okay, so Nancy says that if you have a second doubt, then you should take the first step. So don't think twice, make the first step. Edmund, what about you, Edmund? Tell us, what words of advice would you tell our friends?
I definitely agree with Nancy there. Sometimes you just have to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, the first step is always the hardest. I mean, but once you take that first step and you know where you're heading, everything will start to form. You know, we're all in this story. You know, we're all writing a book. And what's your book look like? You know, your life is a book. So we've got a bunch of chapters, but once you close that book, how good was that book? You know, what was the ending to your book? So I think always jump out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, jump out of your comfort zone. Yeah. So like Edmund say, we are all writing the book of our lives. What kind of chapters you want to add to your book? What are the highlights in your book? How do you want your book to end? What is the closing chapter? Can you make your book a top seller? Can you make it on the charts of the best sellers? Yeah, that is what we want to do for our lives. So right here, we are with Edmund and Nancy for a couple of more minutes, and we have a few questions for them. And Edmund, this is an interesting question. Hi guys, once all back to normal after COVID, will you continue flying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've got the best of two worlds. My time is very flexible. So flying is more of a part-time base. Insurance, I'm starting to switch that over to a full-time. So I like the best of two worlds, you know. So flying flying has always been my passion, you know.
Yeah.
Insurance has always been, it's there for me to build my career, you know. So
Yeah, this is the core real business, and that is a passion.
Exactly.
I think one of the things that this career allows you to do is whether you like music, you like cooking, you like fitness, you like whatsoever, you can build your business and career here and still continue to enjoy your interest. In this case, for Edmund, is flying in. For Nancy, it is fitness. You know, Edmund is a part-time pilot. Nancy is a part-time fitness instructor. I'm a part-time singer. No, just kidding. Okay. Next. Another question over here. Now, for Edmund and Nancy, you know, when you don't have natural market in Malaysia, how do you do your prospecting? Shane, yes, we answered this question earlier, so let me just share with them. They had this 200 project 200 where they write down the names of people they know and people refer people, and that's one way to keep going. For Edmund, it was really a shit in his mindset. He knew that nothing could stop him, nothing could change his perception, and he's here to create things. And he had a very strong purpose, want to educate more people about the importance of protection and financial planning. Okay, so now we also heard of life planners whom may have two of you have no natural market, know a lot of friends, don't have a lot of community or network, but they succeed anyway. At the end of the day, it is the heart that you want to do with and the intention that you set in your mind together with the mindset that will propel you to grow. Okay, now, so we are speaking with Edmund and Nancy. Thanks for all the questions that's coming in. One more, last one. Okay, last question before we close. Nancy, what insurance plans do you usually propose to your prospects? What insurance plans? Actually, it's on needs, right? It's based on needs. Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think it's based on the needs of the client. After like fact-finding with them, then after like review everything and summary everything for them, and I'll depends like their medical or their saving part or their retirement part, depends on the needs or critical illness for the income protection. So according to that, I will give them the proper advice and discuss with them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why you're called a life planner, because you look at every individual in a very unique sense, understand their needs, understand their gaps in financial planning, and then propose a series of solutions from AIA to help them plug the gaps and guarantee their family's future and of course the dreams of their children. Okay, Edmund, any pointers to add to that regarding what you do with your prospects?
What do I do? I mean,
what do you usually propose to your prospects? Is it the same needs-based selling?
Yeah, based on their needs. I mean, it's not for us, it's their needs, right? So for me, I think right now in Malaysia, the most important is protection. So that's medical card. So this is where I start, and then we slowly go from there.
Okay, so start with the medical card. The protection is important, and that is one of the key ways that Edmund is using. Now, we have some other questions and comments coming in saying that some people of you got retrenched and you want to find a new platform where you can pick up your career again and take off on this runway. So today we have Edmund and Nancy on the runway with you in this show together with me, Jensen. I will bring in Jason right now before we run off. Jason, you can turn on your camera. Yes. Now, I'm going to bring in Jason right now. So we have four of us here, and you have heard from Jason earlier on how he has changed his career runway to get the results he has today and how you can do it. One of the things that he said is don't measure your turns by the money that you're making first, and of course, help others first. Okay, that is one of the things you can do. Then we have Nancy, who returned from Hong Kong after 11 years as a flight attendant, and she has made the switch and joined his career in the thick of COVID-19 action, in fact, during April 2020, during the MCO. We also have Edmund, who wasn't born in Malaysia, didn't grow up in Malaysia, but in 2019 came back to Malaysia because of his love for his grandparents and with a mindset to protect more people and educate them on protection and health insurance. So time check, it is now about 9:12. We are going to close this in a short moment. When this webinar closes, leaders, are you there? Our UMs and DMs. When this webinar closes, please reach out to your guests. Your guests this evening who are here with us since 8 o'clock, please ask them, do they have any questions, and help them answer all the doubts, clear all the inquiries in their mind so that they can become an elite life planner with AIA. Now, to all our guests this evening, it has been splendid having you here with us. So when you are here with us, it means one thing, that you have the intention to achieve something bigger, better, more meaningful, more purposeful in your career, in your life. And so don't compromise and don't allow yourself to settle for anything less, okay? Right after the webinar, please reach out to the person who invited you here, ask him or her all the questions, because this person has all the resources to help you to achieve the success in your career and in your life. Okay, so we have many messages coming saying thank you. Now, before we go, I'd like to hand over to our panelists, our speakers, to wish you a happy new year or happy 2021. Let's start with Edmund first. A season greeting for them.
So sky's the limit, and I would like to wish everyone a happy, wonderful Chinese New Year and a prosperous year. Gong hei fa cai.
Gong hei fa cai, yay! The sky is the limit, and wish everyone have a happy and prosperous New Year. Nancy, over to you.
I have made my choice and lived the life that I want. I hope everybody I hope you all have the courage to make the life that you want, and stay healthy always, and happy Chinese New Year.
Yay! Have the courage to make the decision and live the life that you want. Stay healthy always. Yeah, get involved in the AIA the Vitality Program. Jason, what about you?
May every one of you here experience a bullish 2021, blessed by the strong spirit of the ox, okay? I'll see you guys all at the top. Woo!
Blessed by the spirit of the ox. Yes, let's all get bullish and we charge forward and achieve the dreams of our lives. Now, my name is Jensen, together with our panelists and our speaker here, wishing you a very, very prosperous and blessed Chinese New Year, and may 2021 turn out to be the best year of your life ever yet, okay? So we will see you very soon in the AIA big family. To all leaders, thank you very much. To all our guests, please have a chat with the leaders right now. And now is the time we say goodbye and see you in AIA. Bye-bye.